Happy Taylor Swift release day, even though you don't care.
Yeah.
But
I do, actually. I've been listening to Taylor Swift lately.
have you listened to
So
the new record yet?
I haven't. I forgot that it came out because I went to the gym first thing 6 a.m. this morning. So I haven't listened to any music.
We stayed up till 11 last night to listen to it.
Oh.
And then put it on.
Was it released at 11?
Yeah, it was midnight Eastern time. So it was 11 our time.
Okay.
And 9 your time. So yeah, we're enjoying it.
Good. I've
Although
heard that it's a little adult.
Yes, it is a lot more adult than it. I mean, her lyrics are they're not made for kids, right? They're made for adults, but they're usually cloaked in a little bit more mystery. This one is not.
Okay.
But I think it's because she's happy and she doesn't have to like try to hide who she's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, so
it's not the mystery of who is it, who's the guy.
Yeah,
it's not all
and
nasty
they released
stuff.
Yeah, they released the clean version with the explicit version, so that was nice because sometimes they don't do that and they'll wait a few weeks.
Oh.
So, anyways, I just ate and I feel like I have food in my teeth.
Oh.
I was shoveling food.
Well, I'll tell you, my alarm went off at 5:15 this morning because I decided for some reason to just take this early class today.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost turned it off and said, hell no.
Screw it. I'll pay the whatever it is, $15.
The $15 to cancel last minute. But I went ahead and went, and it was packed. I think women go before work. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was busy.
That makes sense. Yep. Yeah, we got up and went to Target because Felicity wanted to go at midnight last night. And I was like, I'm not taking you to Target at midnight. I'm sorry. I'm not doing
Were they
that.
open?
So we went this morning. Yeah, they were open last night.
Oh, this is a big deal.
Yeah. So we went this morning. They had plenty. So she bought two CDs.
Oh, not a vinyl. Because I saw the vinyls were released too.
Yeah, she didn't have enough money. So she decided to buy 2 CDs instead. So, yeah. And we already had a CD on the way.
Fun.
So now she's got 3.
That's all right.
Back in my day, it was only one cover. We didn't do.
Yeah.
But she has a cover of, a loose cover. She's changed it, but he's credited on the album of Father Figure by George Michael.
I saw that.
Yeah. It's very good. I like it a lot.
Cool. So, I'd like to hear that.
So, anyways. All right. Well, anything else exciting going on in your week?
Well, I just got back from house sitting for a week for your sister. Feels good to be home, but it was kind of a nice little staycation. I worked on some crafty projects, and I started watching they're all old episodes of America's Next Top Model, which is a terrible, terrible show.
Yeah, it's did just not awful. Age well at all.
No, it's no wonder we all have body dysmorphia. I mean, you've got this 5'10" girl who's 128 pounds, and they're telling her she's fat and she needs to lose weight. Like,
or you're a plus size model. Like, what?
Yeah. And she's maybe a size 10.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard, do you remember Yaya? I don't remember what season she was on, but she is very vocal on her social media about her experience, and it was not, and she won. It was not good. And she talks about how pretty terrible Tyra was, and
interesting.
Just how people were constantly crying, constantly starving themselves. Just like she just said, it was horrible. I'm actually kind of surprised that Tyra Banks hasn't been canceled, honestly.
Yeah.
She just has done a lot of like very interesting stuff that's questionable for sure on her talk show too. Sure. She did I mean, that was that time as well, but
it was. Yeah. Man. I mean, look at Howard Stern.
Yeah, you look back at like old episodes of Ricky Lake or anything, it's like, what is happening right now?
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh god.
Well, hopefully now when you know better, you do better. Not everybody adheres to that, but
hopefully. Yeah. Yep.
Benny, leave the cat alone. Your sister's dog. He loves to torture the cat.
Does the cat torture back?
He lashes out at him. I think he's got him, swiped him on the nose a couple of times. That's funny. It was just a standoff. The cat was just sitting there staring at him like, what? What are you going to do?
Like, who's gonna strike first?
Uh-huh.
Strike first, strike hard. No mercy. Um,
Benny. I'm telling you, it's madhouse around here. I have to message Ava and say, come walk your dog for a while.
Yeah. My dogs are pretty quiet right now. Although they do attack each other, but
Oh, yeah.
it's just is what it is when you have two females and one of them is old lady.
Mm-hmm.
um okay. Well, I guess we can get rolling here.
Sure. Oh,
Yeah.
but I wanted to ask about your promotion at the coffee shop, your Taylor Swift promotion.
Oh yeah. It's going really well. Consistently our sales have been double what they normally are since Wednesday, which is great. Um Almost overwhelmingly so that like I've had to
Mm-hmm.
go in pretty much every day to help them. But that's good. So we
Not a
ran out
bad
of
problem to have.
no, we ran out of cookies yesterday, so that was a bummer.
Uh,
Um but I ordered 4 dozen. I didn't want to be left with them, because after
mm-hmm.
the weekend it would be kind of like, do you want this Taylor Swift sugar cookie? Like, you
Yeah.
know? So yeah, those are gone. Stickers I think will be gone today. Keychains might last through the weekend. We'll see. But we also did 3 special drinks. So
Mm-hmm.
those will be available all weekend long. So yeah, it was really fun. And I'm planning a Gilmore Girls one for November. So
Oh, I want to be down there for
yeah.
that.
Yeah. I just
So fun.
yeah, I just got a bunch of stickers designed for that. And I'm excited about that one. So people love a sticker and a theme. And
Mm-hmm.
that's me. I'm people. So
Oh, yeah. Me too.
um well, welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Sherri.
And today we decided to take a little detour because, spoiler alert, but not really, because we've talked about this. Hallmark did not release any fall movies this year. So we
Yeah.
were kind of like, what do we talk about? There's not anything really new.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than do a summer movie, we decided to discuss Gilmore Girls today because Gilmore Girls is the one new thing on Hallmark this
Yeah.
fall season.
And people I've noticed are either very excited or they're super mad. It's kind
Yeah.
of like the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
They're like, why are they showing this over and over? Where are all the movies?
Yeah.
So, I'm here for it. I do an annual Gilmore Girls rewatch anyway. So if
Hmm.
it's on, I'll watch it.
Yep. I'm in the middle of mine, but I know what happens throughout the whole
Hmm.
series. So I can pick up
Yeah.
a random episode and be completely fine
Hmm.
watching it. Yeah, I have no problem with it. They need fillers. They can't just show movies all day long.
Yeah.
Not that they don't have enough, they do, but they tend to not show the older ones.
Hmm.
And I don't know if there's a reason for that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe if they pivoted and did one channel be just the Hallmark movie channel, nothing
Hmm.
but movies all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe that would satisfy the people that are upset about the other filler programming.
Yeah, because they have the Hallmark Mysteries channel. I have a feeling they're going to phase that out personally.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't think it makes a lot of sense with the direction that they're going to have 2
Hmm.
TV channels and the streaming platform. Um, and I haven't seen any holiday movies announced for that channel either. So I wonder if they're just slowly saying goodbye to that one.
Maybe. Hmm.
Um, well, we're going to talk about Gilmore Girls. We're going to talk we're not going to do a series recap because we don't want to bore you to death.
That would
So
take a
instead of
long time.
yeah, so instead of doing that, we're going to walk through why Gilmore Girls is basically a Hallmark series that is a little bit more racy and was, aired on the WB.
Mm.
Um, and we're going to just throw our opinions back and forth and chit chat about it. So, um, in our family, who do you think is more Lorelai and who's the most like Rory?
That was a tough one for me because I, like Lorelai, was a young mom, not that young, but I was married and had my stuff together. So I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really think of a Lorelai other than um, the witty banter. Definitely my mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Quick with a joke or a pun or a snappy comeback. My mom
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Um, Rory, I don't know because unpopular opinion, I don't really like Rory. I think she's entitled. I think she's a little snot. I think she's terrible to her boyfriends. I think she's a terrible friend to
Mm-hmm.
Lane. Um, she evolves a little bit, but so I couldn't really compare anyone in our family to Rory because we're all so very likable.
Yes, we're all so wonderful.
What about
Yeah,
you?
I mean, Rory's very bookish, and so is
Mhm,
Lorelai. We just don't see her reading as much, but they both are. So I think
mhm,
that is a similarity that you share, that Nana shared,
mhm.
that I aspire to share. But Hallie definitely reads a lot.
Yeah,
Um, mm, yeah, it's Rory's an interesting character because she, as far as we know, she grew up with Lorelai as her main, parental figure and didn't really interact with her grandparents until she was 16. And
yeah,
so quickly she becomes entitled and spoiled.
mhm, yeah,
um and honestly, I don't really think her grandparents give her that much that's like over the top or anything. Um so I don't really know how that happened.
falls into that Chilton mentality very quickly.
Your foot. Yes. Yeah. Which at first she's like, she hates it. Paris is
Mhm.
so mean to her, which I'm like, I would never go back. After the
No,
first day she had there, I'd
I
be
hate
like,
this school.
peace. I'm out of
Yeah,
here. These
uh-huh.
people are terrible.
Public school is not so bad.
Yeah. Um, and Lorelai, I guess I don't tend to be like as forgetful as she is, but like because she has an entrepreneurial spirit, I can relate to
Mhm,
that and wanting
yeah,
to, have your own business and do your own thing. But she also makes some very questionable decisions throughout the show that I'm
mhm.
like, not sure would have chosen that for you, but okay.
Yeah, and we all do, but when you watch a show like that, it's like, "What?" It's like, "Why did you drop out of Yale?" They
Yes.
both make some really poor decisions throughout.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So nobody lines up perfectly. Um, Emily, I love Emily.
I do. She's my favorite. She's
I don't
terrible, but
know.
she's my
Yeah, I
favorite.
don't know anybody like her. But
No.
and Kelly Bishop has talked about she loves playing that type of character because
Mhm.
she doesn't relate to them at all, and so she can just be nasty and mean.
Yeah.
Um, and because that's how she sees people who are super affluent and hoity-toity, is
Mhm.
they're just not nice people. So she can
Yeah.
just fully be an actress and not really relate to it in any way, which I love. I think Emily probably evolves the most and for the best
Mhm.
throughout the
I
run of
agree.
the series
Yeah.
and into A Year in the Life, but it takes a while. It
It
takes a
does.
hot minute.
And just when you think she's starting to skew that way, she'll s she'll spew off something else like, "Your dress is
Yeah.
wrinkled.
Yeah, it's like, "Okay, thank you."
Thanks for
So
pointing that out."
great.
Yeah. Although if I
Oh,
met Kelly Bishop, I feel like I would want her to insult me.
I just
"Can you
slap
please?"
me right here.
Yeah. "Just be Emily just for a minute."
Oh gosh. I think I mentioned it on the show before, but if you have not read Kelly Bishop's book, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. It's a quick read
Yeah.
and it's super good. She's had a very interesting life. And yeah, grab it at your library or I always see it at Target. Um,
It's on my
it's
Christmas wish list right now.
Oh, is it?
So,
Yeah.
somebody
It's
tell
very,
your
very
dad
good.
or tell
Yeah.
Santa.
Yes. Yeah, and she even did a book tour and she didn't come to the West Coast, but um yeah, it's great. I really liked it. So okay, so we're gonna jump into talking about a specific episode. And this episode is season 2, episode 10. It's called Bracebridge Dinner. And I love this episode. I think it's super fun.
I do too.
So I thought it would be a good one to chat about. So, quick little synopsis of this one is the Independence Inn's elaborate, historically themed feast is unexpectedly extended to the town of Stars Hollow when the intended corporate guests are stranded by a snowstorm. So, they've got this, obviously, if you've watched Gilmore Girls, it's teeming with this group of quirky town characters,
Mhm.
constant festivals and events.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, I think that Taylor, who runs Dosey's Market, I think that he doesn't have anything to do in his life except plan events for the town. That's
Mhm.
all he does
And
and
town
complain.
meetings. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
um, so what do you think about the Bracebridge dinner? Do you think that it looks like a fun event to do? What are your thoughts on it?
I do. I thought it was great. I love the costumes. I love that,
Mhm.
they were able to shift so quickly because initially they had invited this big group to come and then they got snowed in. And so that's how they extended it to the rest of the community. And everybody shows up and everybody's going to stay for the night. And there's horse drawn carriages and there's themed food and music. And everyone is supposed to talk in this old English, which was hilarious. Um,
Mhm.
and I just thought it was great. I would go to something like that. It looks like
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Or I would host something like that.
Yeah. And you've got Paris who shows up and they invite her to stay and then she can't help herself and tells Lorelai, "Did you notice that everything was incorrect?"
Yeah.
Like,
I
just
just have to point out the inaccuracies.
yeah, not thank you for dinner. No, it's
Uh-huh.
hey, do you know how stupid you are? Yeah.
Good old Paris. I love her though.
Oh, so you've got Paris there. You've got Lorelai and Suki trying to put this whole dinner together. You've got Jackson who's hosting the dinner. Then you've got Lorelai's parents who are there fighting.
Mhm.
They're invited there because they're fighting, and then they show up and they're in a great mood and they're getting along. Um, and so we've got kind of all these different storylines coming together. And I feel like that's one thing that this show is really, really good at is scared me.
Are you kidding me? I live in a nut house. Hey, boys, hold on. No. Okay, I'm
Oh my
back.
goodness.
So the dogs start barking, and then Ava's dog starts howling because he's a husky, and it's, it's this whole big thing.
Oh well, it happens.
Anyway,
Um,
yes, as you were saying.
yes. So I feel like typically you'll see like an A and B story in most
Mhm,
shows, whether it's a sitcom or a drama. But this one, a lot of times they have like a C story, a D story. They have all
mhm,
kinds of things going on. And it kind of mirrors the fact that they like the talking fast. It's kind of like
mhm,
that. They keep the show
and it
moving.
all works. 'Cause
Hmm.
there's some you'll watch a movie or a show and you feel like, "Okay, they could have done it without this couple or this little subplot because it's just added fluff," but it all works together and shows that community support and involvement, and I just really love it.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
There are very few characters that I say, "Ugh, I wish they wouldn't have done that," and we'll talk about that later, but
So, do you think that there is a Stars Hollow event, and you could include the Bracebridge dinner, that
Mhm.
you could air on Hallmark tomorrow as a movie with 0 changes?
Um, yeah, I like the Living Pictures Festival. I thought that was great. And if you haven't seen this episode, they're always up against this, what is it called? Woodbury, I think is the neighboring
Yeah.
town that they're always in competition with. Well, Stars Hollow gets the Living Pictures Festival this year. And so community members are tasked with dressing up and doing their makeup like these historical paintings. And then they have to be on stage and hold for a certain amount of seconds. And I just thought it was so great. Lorelai
Mhm.
thinks she's going to be the Renoir girl again. We've got the heroine coming in thinking, I'm going to get this big part. And they say, no, actually, you're going to be backstage help because you flinched last year. and And Kirk is Jesus of Nazareth, and he is absolutely
Oh,
hilarious. He's actually out in the
Kirk.
street prophesizing the community. So, yeah, I think that would be a great one. And actually,
Yeah.
that particular episode won an Emmy. My God, the dogs are now wrestling. Won an Emmy for makeup
Oh, really?
for the Living Pictures makeup that they did for the portraits. So I thought that was really cool.
Interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean, we see a lot of the like festival style things happening in Hallmark movies, but I really like the picnic basket auction. I think that
Oh
could
yeah.
be a
Mm-hmm.
cool one
Mm-hmm.
for a movie. Maybe like they think that the basket belongs to one person, but it really doesn't. It belongs to somebody else, and they end up going on a date together, and then they fall in love,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. That would be cute. If you haven't seen that episode, I think they feature it a few times throughout the series. I know they feature it in A Year in the Life, but the women make picnic baskets, and then the
The women
men,
folk.
yeah, and then the men bid on them in the courtyard gazebo area, and the money goes to charity. They never say what charity, but it's supposed to go to
Mm-hmm.
charity.
Yeah.
Maybe it's to Taylor so that he can
I was
bother
thinking the
people
same
more.
thing.
I don't know. But it's supposed to go to charity. So, um, yeah, I think that could be a fun like spring romance. Um, okay, so if you were to pitch the Bracebridge Dinner as a Hallmark Christmas movie, what do you think the title would be?
Oh, let's see. I gotta get my notes. Oh, I'm ahead. I took so many notes. I was going to talk at length at so many things. So I gotta get back. What did I call it? Um, what did I call it? I don't know. It was Deck the Hollow, I think is what I said.
Oh, cute.
Because I would turn it into a Christmas theme because they had the snow,
Yes.
they had the horse-drawn carriages. Which one thing, and I don't know if it's because I was talking about horse-drawn carriages, but you know how you get targeted on Instagram, and I saw this horrible video about Central Park horses.
I've seen it
It's
too.
awful. Yeah. They house them, like, inside a building in this little stall, and then they bring them out to walk all day long, and horses are collapsing in the streets, and
Mhm.
it's a private business, so nobody can do anything about it. I don't know, but don't ride a horse in Central Park because 'cause they're treated terribly.
No, I highly recommend that if you're gonna do any kind of animal anything when you're on vacation or visiting a new area, look up the business, and if you can't, there's a problem. If you can't find the
Mhm.
business anywhere, if you can't find
Yeah.
any information about them, no, don't. And
Mhm.
even here in San Antonio, they have horse-drawn carriages. And to me, a horse-drawn carriage is like a wintry thing, so I don't really wanna do it in the blazing hot sun, but I also am
Yeah.
thinking, like, these poor horses are just wandering around, and it's 100
Mhm.
degrees outside, and
Yeah.
ugh, yeah.
Same thing with
So,
camel rides, any of that stuff. Just
mhm,
don't do it.
yeah. Yep, it's not worth it.
Mhm.
Not worth it, so get somebody to drive you around on a bicycle. They're a human, they can
Yeah.
consent to doing that if they want to.
Mhm. And we
So,
have done a horse-drawn carriage in Leavenworth, it's a little town in Washington, in the snow, but it was at
that's
a
different.
farm, and you can
Mhm.
see that the horses live in stables and they're cared for, they're not just work horses,
Yeah. Yep.
or at least that's
Yep.
what I tell myself.
Yeah. Yeah, the place that we went to, we could see the farm, we could see,
Mhm.
like, there was no reason to think that they weren't well cared for.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you see and some of these people who drive the carriages, this is not all, but some, they don't care about the animals at all. They're kicking them to try to get them to get up after they've collapsed and,
Mhm.
hitting them and throwing water on them and all of this stuff, and it's like, "Okay, what this is like a 1,000-pound animal. What are we doing here?"
Yeah,
It's just
for sure.
crazy. So anyways, but in movies and TV shows, they will hire an animal company to bring in the animals that should be caring for the animals well, and I'm sure that's what they did in
Mhm.
this situation for
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls. So, um, I was kind of, as far as the title goes for me, I was leaning into things that we might need to be workshopped, but that they would use anyways. So I came up with Yummy Yuletide. I think
Oh, Yuletide yum.
why not? Let's do it. I don't think that they've used that one yet. So,
No,
Hallmark,
but
if you need a new idea.
yeah, because I guess they do come up with some interesting titles, which Jonathan Bennett has
Hello.
pointed. It said I had an unstable connection for a minute.
Oh,
I mean, why not
yeah,
throw
you were
in that
frozen.
too? We got dogs, we got cats.
Just do it all.
Yep.
Just do it all.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so I think this could be kind of cool if they do they do a dinner in an inn or something. They do this style Elizabethan dinner, and then they go into a closet under the stairs or something, and then when they come back out, it's
There's Harry
Elizabethan
Potter.
times.
Oh,
No, it's like they're back in time, right?
oh yeah.
And that might be kind of cool. Although in Elizabethan times, I don't know that they had inns, but
I don't
maybe
know.
something similar. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a castle. I don't know, but I like a time travel movie, so I think that could be
I do
fun.
too. Or even back in the time of Little Women or something, they would have an inn back then.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I don't know what Bracebridge is. I actually don't remember. I'm sure they say it
I
in
don't
the
either.
show, but
Yeah, is it a real thing? I don't know. But
yeah.
Jackson did a great job as the squire of Bracebridge.
Yes, he did. And I'm like, where did they get this paper company that paid for this event really wanted to go all out for their team
My
because
microphone.
your
Sorry, my.
microphone's falling over.
I mean, it's just.
My life is
Uh,
going to shit. What is happening?
oh my gosh, it's a Friday. All right. I was just trying to look at Bracebridge, and all of
Oh,
a sudden my microphone was in my lap. But
oh my
that's fine.
gosh. That's so funny. Oh, goodness. So I think about other shows and the settings that they are based in and the towns that they're based in, and I am considering that location like a lot less than I would with Gilmore Girls. I feel like
Mhm.
it's its own character, Stars Hollow is.
Yeah.
So why do you think that is?
Well, for me, and like I've mentioned, I rewatch it every year. It just has that comfortable feeling. You know, from the very first episode, everything's decked out in fall colors and garlands and pumpkins, and I think we just crave that escape. It taps into kind of this deep-seated need for a simpler time, a simpler world, because there's so much going
Mhm.
on around us. And so, and because there's a sense of community, we can lose ourselves in that little quaint coffee shop and everybody knows everybody. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's not such a good thing, but everyone knows one another. And it's that sense of community, I think, and that
Mhm.
connection that we all want to have.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks romantic to live in a town where everybody knows everybody and, you know the name of your neighbor's yard gnomes and
Pierpont,
yeah,
what is his name?
Pierpont. Yeah. And there's a secret bar in the alleyway at night when the town mayor is not looking and
Yeah.
all of
You
those
have a town
things.
troubadour that sings all the time.
Yes. Yeah, and that's all he does. He doesn't have a
Yeah.
job. He
Nope.
doesn't take money. He just wanders around and sings. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that it's romantic. I think it feels like an escape from busy day-to-day life, and I think that
Mhm.
the set deck people just did a really good job at bringing it to life, and they were able to keep it consistent because it was a set and not like a
Mhm.
real location.
Yeah.
So then you can still go visit it too, because I think it's
I
at
wanna do that. We should do that for
yeah.
a girls trip. I would love
Is it
to.
it's at Universal, right? Or is it
More Warner Brothers, I think.
Warner Brothers? Okay,
Mhm,
yeah. Yeah, I would love to do that, and they do events, Gilmore Girls events there all the time.
mhm. Yeah.
Looks so fun. Tap is feet,
Well, and I
tapping,
think
tapping,
part of
tapping.
it also is that, the community, even though they have their rivalries and their problems, everybody gathers together to support each other's victories, no matter how big or small they are, and everything works out at the end of the 45 minutes.
Mhm.
So, they may leave us hanging, but everything's gonna work out eventually.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely, and that's the comfort that we get in Hallmark movies too, that
Mhm.
everything works out, everything's wrapped
Yeah,
up with a bow, and
that's why we like it.
yep, yep, for sure, and honestly, most shows are like that unless they're a really heavy drama,
Mhm.
that things are fixed in 23 minutes or in, 47 minutes or however long these episodes are, so,
Yeah.
um
I'm sorry, your hat is distracting me because your hat is light and the background is light, so every once in a while I'll glance and it looks like one of those oversized newsy caps that Britney Spears used to wear, but it's actually that the background.
Yes, I see it now because
It's
my headphones
Yep.
make the exact shape of it. Kinda wish it
Uh-huh.
was like
Yeah.
that.
Super cute, though. Love
Laura
it.
Lorelai wears some hats like that a few times.
She does. She wears a lot of hats. She wears a
Yeah.
bucket hat at one point and a cowboy hat at one point.
Their style,
Yeah.
especially Lorelai's, is so 2000s. It's
Oh, for sure.
so funny. When I see, like, the top with the geisha on it and, like, the net arms, and I'm
Or the
like, I
sheer
had a
sleeves.
sh
Uh-huh.
yeah, I had a shirt like that.
And the low-rise jeans.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep. All the different purses and yeah.
With the bling on them.
Yes.
Remember that
Yep.
shop that used to be in Arizona called Bling? And everything was
Yes.
just so bedazzled. You guys loved that store.
Mhm. All the, jeans with the bedazzled butt pockets
Mhm.
and yeah,
Yeah.
that had its moment. It's gone now. Although I was at the store the other day and I saw some black, like wide leg jeans with black rhinestone stripes on them. They
Oh.
were really cute. I don't know where I would wear them, but they were very cute.
Mhm.
I liked them. So when I go to a fancy
To the next
sparkly
Taylor
place.
Swift concert.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm not holding my breath for that. I think she's gonna have some kids and get married and
Yeah.
yeah, Felicity keeps asking me, "Why couldn't we have liked her before when she came to San Antonio?" I'm like, "I don't know. Life works in mysterious ways. I'm sorry. I don't know
Uh-huh.
what to tell you."
Yep.
And would I have spent $500 on concert tickets each? Probably not. So,
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
I don't think
No,
I'll
that's
be
crazy.
going to a concert anytime soon anymore because of how
All of them are getting
expensive.
so expensive. Yeah. And then you add
Did
the
I tell
fees on
you
top of that.
Yeah, Felicity well, I had wanted to take Dexter to Imagine Dragons, starting at $150 a ticket. I'm like,
Holy
"They haven't
cow.
had a hit in a hot minute, so what are we
No.
doing?" And then Felicity wanted to go to Benson Boone, which I don't even know if his concert is appropriate for her, but those tickets start at just under 300 each. I'm like, "Are you
What?
nuts? What are we doing?"
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then you want me to spend $80 on a T-shirt? No, thank you. I'm not doing
Oh my
that.
gosh. That's insane.
No. Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways, um, okay. So, what do you think to wrap up the Bracebridge chit chat? What was your favorite part of that episode?
Oh gosh, there were so many. I loved it when Kirk was trying so hard to stay in character and Lorelai kept talking to him, trying to get him to break character. And he finally did when she was talking about an I Love Lucy episode. And he said, "No, that's not." And Rory says, "I was really pulling for you, Kirk." That was funny. I love the sleigh rides, everybody. And there was something that Luke said. What was I gonna mention? Oh shoot. There was something that Luke said when he and Lorelai were when they were riding the carriage, and he was talking about, because at this point Jess is living with him and he's never been a father or anything, but he said
Mhm.
he figured out the secret to parenting is to visualize the outcome you want, then lie if necessary to bring it about. Lorelai's like, is it?
What?
You just lie? And so he had told Jess this big lie about how his mom really wanted him to come home for Christmas, which she didn't.
Hmm.
But Luke thought it was important for him to stay. And Lorelai's like, you think he bought that? And he's like, of course he did. She's like, no, he didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. And then at the
Nope.
end, when Lorelai and Rory are going home in the horse-drawn carriage, they pass by the snowman building contest, and the snowman that was probably going to win because it was so intricate had been completely pulverized by
Yeah,
Jess because
it was Ebenezer Scrooge, right?
yes, and so
Yeah.
by default, Rory and Lorelai won for their Bjork themed snow
Yeah,
person.
and they never say that Jess did it, right? But you
No,
just kind of know
you know,
that
mm-hmm.
Jess
Yeah,
definitely did. Jess has a
mm-hmm.
weird way of showing emotion.
Mm-hmm.
um and I think that's, he grew up in a not a great way, and obviously his
Mm-hmm.
mom doesn't like want him around. She just kind of is like, get him out of here. So I think they portrayed that well, but it still makes you like, oh God, why can't you just be
Yeah,
nice?
I know. Yeah, can he
Like,
just be nice?
why?
And then there's
Oh,
these little glimmers, these little moments where it's like, okay, that's the Jess we know and love. But then he does something crappy again. And so, oh, and one
yeah.
other
Like,
moment. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
Go
like,
ahead.
when he sits on the dock with Rory and they're eating the picnic that she brought, that he won, and
Mm-hmm.
he's already been a jerk by outbidding Dean to get this
Yeah.
basket. And then they're chatting, and it seems like they're having a nice time, and he's being kind. And then she gets up to leave, and he sees that her bracelet came off, and he just picks it up and takes it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you are not nice. You are
Mm-hmm.
manipulating her, and I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Knowing that Dean gave it to her, it was very important to her. And then he just takes
Yeah,
it and shoves it in his pocket.
yeah. And even if
Yeah.
he didn't know that, like, it's hers. Give it back,
Mm-hmm.
weirdo.
Yeah. No kidding.
So, anyways, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say there was one more moment when Richard and Emily were in the horse-drawn carriage, and he's like getting frisky with her because he's so excited that he's retired. She doesn't know at this point that he's retired, but
Hmm.
and I just thought it was so cute to see that interaction because they're usually so serious and stoic, and it was just
Yes.
very, very cute moment.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I like the end of the episode when Emily has found out that Richard quit his job. And she's very angry, and she goes downstairs to talk to, or to take a break or something like
Hmm.
that. She needed some air. And he's
Yeah.
down there going over their finances because he quit his job without really thinking about it.
Hmm.
Um, and he explains to her why he had to leave. And she doesn't really say anything like empathetic or
Hmm.
sympathetic, but she just says, let's just go to bed. And you know that that's her way of saying, I forgive you. We're just going to move
Yep.
forward. We're going to get through this. And
Hmm.
that's just their way. But I think it's really sweet. And then you know that they're on their way to mending things for now. We
Hmm.
know later
Yeah.
that they come unmended, but
Yeah.
uh,
And then the next morning, they have smiles on their faces, and Lorelai just can't resist. Did you get lucky last night?
it's like, what? Why would you ever ask your parents that? Oh my God. Oh,
Oh.
man. Okay, so we cannot talk about Gilmore Girls without talking about the third main character, which is definitely got to be Coffee, right? So
Mhm.
Lorelai treats it as it's like a vital organ that she needs every single day.
Oh, yeah.
But
Coffee, coffee, coffee.
yeah, but we're not quite in Hallmark land with this coffee because we're talking about drip brewed coffee.
Mhm.
That's what they're drinking.
Yeah.
Black brewed
Well,
coffee every single day from Luke's. So
yep.
that is a lot different from Hallmark because
Mhm.
you don't see that. They're going into a cozy coffee shop and getting their pumpkin spice latte or their peppermint cocoa or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Um, so if we took Luke and we plopped him in a Hallmark cafe, how do you think that he would change it to make it fit for him?
Okay, I came up with because he on one episode, he makes these really delicious sounding pumpkin pancakes with homemade cinnamon butter. So we're
Yes.
going to do Luke's pumpkin latte with whipped cream and cinnamon sprinkles.
Okay.
Pumpkin pancake latte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think how much patience would he have for this kind of beverage?
He wouldn't at all. Not at all.
He'd
He'd
have to hire a barista.
maybe he'd pass it off to Lane to make coffee. He'd
Yeah.
sooner do a drip coffee and just sprinkle some cinnamon on top, I think, because that's
Yeah,
just who
for
he is.
sure.
But
For
in
sure.
a perfect world, in a Hallmark world, Luke would be this barista that makes these amazing, not only tasty, but beautiful coffee
Hmm.
beverages.
Yeah. I wonder if Rory and Lorelai would like lattes if they drink them. Because I don't know that you ever see it in the show because Luke
No,
would never
they're
make
just,
one.
no. And even if they go to Al's Pancake World or down to the bakery, they just get drip coffee. And in fact,
Yeah.
Alexis Bledel does not like coffee. So often there was
Interesting.
soda in her cup because he
Funny.
had to make it look somewhat like coffee. And there's one time I noticed, once I found that out, I noticed this last rewatch, Lorelai's pouring coffee from her home coffee maker, and it looks kind of like foamy on top. I'm like, that's root beer. She pours a cup for Rory and she drinks it. So yeah. Yeah, Lauren Graham would drink coffee, but Alexis Bledel would drink soda.
That's so funny. Well, at least
Yeah.
they actually put things in the cups. That's different from
Mm-hmm.
Hallmark
Yeah, true.
because they don't do that. I'm still waiting for Brendan Penny to patent his weighted coffee mug.
Yes.
We're waiting for
Yeah, we
you,
got to get
Brendan.
him on that podcast. How's it coming along on that patent?
Uh, so if they were to have a coffee shop that did lattes in town, obviously the prices would be much higher than what a drip coffee would be. So who do you think would complain first, Luke or Taylor?
Oh gosh. Probably Taylor.
Yeah.
He complains for the sake of complaining most of the time. Luke, if he could see a profit in it, he'd probably be okay with it. He would
Yeah.
give people a hard time, like who in the world is going to pay $7 for a cup of coffee? But Taylor would probably have to have a whole town meeting about it and put it to a vote.
Unless it
Fancy
was
coffee
his
or drip.
own business. If it was his business, he wouldn't care.
If he was serving it up at his candy and ice cream emporium, for sure,
Yeah. He would be like, yes, it's
with extra
$7.
sprinkles.
This is a business.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about romance because we have a lot of romances happening on the show all over the place. So, if we are looking at Luke and Lorelai, do you think they would be a Hallmark couple, or do they lean a little bit too slow burn for the brand?
Um, well, they do a good job leaning into the will they, won't they trope. But because this is a series, that can go on for several seasons. And in a Hallmark movie, you have to wrap it up in an hour, 20 minutes. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it would most likely be maybe, it would work as maybe 3 movies in a series
Mm-hmm.
to where they're leaning towards that throughout the 2. And then finally they wrap it up and they get together in the end on the 3rd one.
Yeah.
But as far as just a simple one-off movie, I think that would be hard for them because,
Mm-hmm.
and plus, I think the audience really likes to see that relationship development as well.
Mm-hmm.
It gets frustrating for a while, and every time she goes running back to Christopher, I get so angry. Oh, Christopher!
He's the worst. He is the worst.
He and Digger are like my 2 least favorite.
I'm not pregnant. Someone dropped it to like CDI.
Great. I'm glad they did. We might get it soon. Somebody already got their CD in the mail. Okay, well, we didn't. I'm sorry. I'll tell you. Okay, call
Why
Taylor
are we
Swift.
not the chosen ones?
Complain to her. I don't know.
Back to Taylor Swift, I heard that, and I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody was saying that she was, and I don't know how she would even get access to this, but she was going through and canceling out people's payments and just giving it to them for free, just random people. So I wonder if that's something that she
Oh,
just
I
did
wonder
for people.
because we had a bunch of like I'm part of this group of people. I'm not. I'm just a fan. I don't have no insider information, but a bunch of people were like, "Oh, we got refunded for our order. I wonder why." I'm so bummed I missed out, but I wonder if they're going to start to get their CDs instead.
Mm.
Um, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Psych. We
Fun little
didn't
twist.
completely disappoint you after now you went to Target and bought 6 different CDs.
Yeah.
The one you really wanted is gonna show up on your doorstep.
Mhm.
Um, okay. What what were we talking about?
We're
Luke
talking
and
about the
Lorelai.
slow burn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate the slow burn. I hate it. It drives me crazy. It's too well, I like it to a point. Like, on Friends, you've got Ross and Rachel, you've got the slow burn at the beginning, then they date for a little
Mhm.
while, then they break
Mhm.
up, then they're, like, not interested in each other at all, and then they get back together at the end. If you haven't watched
Yeah.
Friends, sorry, I just ruined it for you. Um, just summed
Well,
up
too
the
bad. You should
entire
have watched it.
series in 15 seconds. Um, but it takes them, what is it, 5 seasons to start dating?
Mhm.
Is it the end of season 5 that they kiss and they start dating in season 6? Or is it 4 and 5?
I think it
Maybe
might be
4 and
4
5.
and 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But still,
But
that's
then there's a lot
there's a
of
lot of episodes because they do like 20
yeah,
to 21 episodes per season.
yeah,
So it's a
yeah.
long time.
It's a very long time. And then there's a lot of crap that happens and they break up at some point too.
Yeah.
And, I would have liked to see a little more finality with their relationship at the end of the original series, but we know that
Mhm.
that was the kind of bit of a mess that it was because the creator was not part of it in the final season. So,
Mhm.
um, you know,
Yeah, and I
I don't
think the slow burn can build tension and it
yes.
makes the relationship ultimately work, but
Mhm.
if it goes on for too long then you get bored and you're just like, "Well, I don't even care anymore."
Well, and my thought is always like, are these guys they really don't know that the other person is, like, in love with them? They really don't
Mhm.
know? Because I knew from the first episode, you could tell. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they keep
They
looking
had
at
that
each other
chemistry
and
right off the bat.
yeah.
Yeah, the whole
Yep.
town knew.
Yep. And I didn't realize that, Scott Patterson is, like, 10, 11 years older than Lauren Graham.
Oh, is he? I didn't know
I
that
didn't realize
either.
he was so much older than her. They look like
Hmm.
same age, but anyways, that doesn't really matter. Okay. So we've got Christopher then, on the other hand. I love him so
He's
much.
always getting in the way. He doesn't wanna be a dad all this time, and then he shows up when it's convenient for him and telling lies about how wonderful his life is going, and then he's broke and his debit card gets declined, and
For an
he's terrible.
encyclopedia or a dictionary, for a
A
dictionary.
dictionary. Mhm.
I mean, the world's biggest dictionary, but still a
Yeah.
dictionary.
Mhm.
And then he shows up with his girlfriend and he's like, they haven't said that she's pregnant yet, but they're alluding to it. We know that that's
Mhm.
probably what's going on. And he's like, shoving her in their faces and she's shoving herself in their faces and like,
Mhm.
let's be best friends. Oh, we're gonna hang out. We're gonna do all this stuff
Yeah.
together. And it's like, I just met
No.
you.
She was annoying too. I didn't like
Oh,
her at all.
yeah, she's annoying. Christopher's parents are the worst people ever. Um, they're just horrible,
Why
and
didn't
they're
they know or not Lorelai, why didn't they know Rory all this time? It's your
oh
grandchild.
God, yeah. And I
But I
think
guess,
that
I
was
mean
smart because it makes you like Richard and Emily more.
Mhm.
Um,
For sure.
because you realize, oh, like they're not the worst. There
Mhm.
are worse
Yeah.
people than these ones.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
uh, so yeah, Christopher. I don't think he needed to be removed from the story because I think that he did play an important role. But yeah, he's definitely my
Mhm.
most hated character for sure.
Yeah. I think it was important to have him just to
Uh-oh.
show, by contrast, how close Lorelai and Rory are because
Mm-hmm.
the dad is out of the picture completely. And so, of course, they've become kind of this friendship first, mother daughter second kind of relationship. The other one that I could not stand, and I think they could have left him out completely, was Digger. I didn't like him at all. I don't think he and Lorelai had any kind of. It was the business partner, son,
Yes.
And then he ends up going into business with Richard. I didn't feel like
Yes.
they had any kind of chemistry at all. I thought he was condescending and snooty, and I just no.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
They could have left that one out.
I liked her with Max, but I also felt like that was a super rushed relationship. I didn't really
Mhm.
understand why he was okay with rushing it so much. Because
Yeah.
they're both like in their mid-30s. They're not like young kids. So
Mhm.
I understood why she would be interested in like, okay, yeah, I realize that I like you. I realize I might love you. Let's just do it. But I didn't really see like the backstory enough of him to understand why he would just be like, yeah, let's get married. We've dated for like 6 weeks. Let's just get married. Um, and let's not talk about any of the ways in which we have to combine our life, you know?
No. Now,
Um,
what role am I going to play in Rory's life? Where are we going to live? How are we going to navigate this? We have a kid. Do we want more
mhm.
kids? None of that was ever brought up.
Yeah, and the fact that Lorelai's just like, "Oh, well, you're not gonna do anything with Rory." Well, what do you mean? He lives there, so
Yeah.
yes, he is.
No,
And
I'll
he's
handle
also her
everything.
teacher, which is also weird,
Yeah.
you
Uh-huh.
know? And
Yeah, that's
then
crossing
does
the
he
line.
and then he's gone, right? We never see him written off the show, really. He just kind of disappears.
He just kind of disappears. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah, they break
I don't
up.
know.
I think they have one or two more run-ins with one another, and then that's just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Very
And
weird.
side note on that, okay, how many daisies did she want? Was it 1,000? Because that was way more than 1,000 daisies. They were all over the town. They were all over the house. They were everywhere.
Yeah, there's a gal who was one of the set dressers who has a TikTok and an Instagram account, and she reveals like secrets from behind the curtain. And
Mhm.
she was talking about that episode, and she was like, "Yeah, we got 1,000 daisies." And then Amy Sherman Palladino walked on set and was like, "That looks like nothing. We need way more than that." So they went all over town and bought every single yellow daisy they could find at any grocery store, any florist,
Wow.
anywhere. And she said there were thousands and thousands and thousands. It was
Yeah.
not 1,000
No.
daisies. So
No. I could tell they were everywhere. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they were everywhere. So I don't know her account name. I should find it because it's very interesting because she talks about all sorts of different set
I
deck
think I
and
might
different
follow her
things.
too. Mhm.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I think I do. Mhm.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. Um, okay, yeah. So Christopher, important part of the story. I also don't think that he and Lorelai needed to sleep together so much. I didn't really
No.
understand.
Mm-mm.
They've been apart for 16 years. Why
Yeah.
is it that when he comes into town you immediately need to jump into bed together? I don't understand.
Uh-huh. And he calls her
He's not a good
Lord, like they're
dad.
really familiar. No. He's
Yeah.
terrible
He's
dad.
not a good partner. He doesn't call. Like, you really have no relationship with this person anymore. So
Yeah.
that's kind of weird. But I do like him as an actor. I think he's great. He's done a
Mhm.
few Hallmark movies and yeah.
And I did like her
Um,
brief get together with Charlie Swan. What's that? I can't remember his name. Oh, Billy Burke. She went on a
oh,
few dates with Billy Burke. He was the
yes.
friend of Suki's culinary classmate or something. Anyway,
Yes, that's fine.
he was a coffee guy.
I love Billy
It was a
Burke.
yeah, I do too.
He's awesome.
I liked them together.
So if Lorelai's story were a Hallmark movie, which that would be difficult. What's this thing? Oh, do you hear that?
No.
Oh, weird. Dexter just went and gelled his hair. So
Oh,
he's put
sweet.
his headphones like this so he doesn't get gel on them
Oh, that's funny.
or
I
over
love that
his
he's so into
eyeballs.
his hair.
He just got it cut. So he's like, "Do you want to show Nana your haircut?"
Yeah, let's see it.
Nana wants to see your haircut.
My haircut?
Yeah. Just real quick.
Ew.
She wants to,
Ooh, that's awesome. Thumbs up.
she loves
I like it. That's so cool.
it. Oh,
I'll be
okay.
doing that on Monday. You want to see my hair?
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to our scene stealers and MVPs. So, who is stealing every scene they're in any given episode, and why is it Kirk?
I was going to say, it's Kirk. He's hilarious. He's
Yeah.
lovably absurd and quirky, and he remains in character no matter what job he has. He's installing cable. He's working at the beauty supply store. He's had every job in every store in Stars Hollow, and it's just hilarious. And he actually was only supposed to be on one episode, but he did such a great job that they decided to write his character in, and it evolved into this weird ass character who had the man of 1,000 jobs.
Yes.
I just love him. And I love Mrs. Kim.
Oh.
You know, she has a good heart. She's way overboard with Lane, but I just love her.
Yeah. Oh, when Lane hides the fact that she's talking to a boy and he happens to be Korean, so she thinks like her mom might actually like him, and then her mom finds out and she ruins the whole thing, and they get in this big fight, and she's telling her he's Korean and he's going to be a doctor, and her mom's like, maybe I can call his mother.
Got to do some damage control here. And then, of course,
all
Suki.
she wants is Lane to marry a Korean boy who has a good job and move out.
Yeah, aspirations to be a professional. Suki also, without a doubt, she's her multiple bandages on her fingers because she's a great chef, but terrible with a knife. And her love story with Jackson, I think, would make a really fun Hallmark movie.
Maybe. Can I get my hair colored? I don't know. Buddy.
We'll talk about it. Bright orange for Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I think that Suki and Jackson's love story would make a cute Hallmark movie story. You know,
the
maybe
chef
throw in some
and the vegetable guy. Yeah.
Yeah, throw in some conflict when she visits neighboring Woodbury and meets a handsome produce vendor or something. You know, I think she has real leading lady energy, which we've seen in other movies. So I think that would be really fun to see.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I totally agree. I think I love Suki. I think she does get less clumsy as the seasons go on, if I'm correct. The first episode, she is like lighting shit on fire. She's cutting her hand open. She's just, and it's like her whole team knows that she's a disaster. So they're just running around after her, cleaning up. It's just crazy.
And when she doesn't know she's pregnant and she's serving food that tastes like sewage, and and her whole staff knows, but nobody wants to say anything.
Yes.
What do you mean they're sending my food back?
Yep. And she's just kind of oblivious. Like when Jackson's trying to hint to her that they should move in together, she's like, yeah, renew your lease. Go for it. You know, I think that's great. Thanks for asking me. So anyways, you know what's weird though? I'm watching season 2 right now. So Jackson asked Suki to marry him in the picnic basket episode. And then we don't hear about it again for a while. And I'm like, I feel like that's a very missed opportunity to like, wouldn't she be over the moon excited to go show up at Lorelai's house in the middle of the night and tell her, or, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like we missed that whole best friend interaction a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a bummer. But.
I did love it though when Emily tried to take over the planning of Suki's wedding, and she was going to bring in juggling midgets from another country. Like giant mushrooms. And it's like, none of this stuff sounds like anything that's Emily's style, but Suki's like, yeah,
she thinks Suki will love it. She's like, this girl's weird. Let's just do some weird stuff.
Yeah, the stranger the better.
Oh gosh. Okay. How about let's talk about who is the most villainous character? Who's the one that you think is the biggest villain, but also could work in a Hallmark movie? And let's eliminate Christopher from the options because I think we'd both pick him if we could.
Well, it would be easy to say Paris because she she is a villain throughout the
Mhm.
series, but I think she's misunderstood. I think
Yeah.
she really, I think she would do well in a Hallmark movie, but I think she's totally misunderstood. She's had kind of a cold upbringing and a
Yeah.
lot of pressure to also be another family member who goes to Harvard originally, and she doesn't get in, and that just destroys her. And she's super, super competitive because it's been
Mhm.
drilled into her whole life. But I'm going to reiterate what I said before. I think the villain is Rory. She's an absentee friend to Lane. As soon as she gets a boyfriend, she's like writes Lane off. Um, and they really did Lane, poor long suffering Lane. They really did her dirty in the end, hooking her up with doofy Zach and having her get pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, justice for Lane, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't like
but
that
Rory
storyline.
Rory was a terrible girlfriend to Dean once Jess entered the picture. She was kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and Dean just kind of went along with it until he couldn't anymore. Um, she knew what Jess was like, but that she got together with him anyway, expecting him to change. And then when he didn't, you know, she got super mad. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them. This is
Mhm.
what he's like. He's not going to be there for you. You had a good
Mhm.
boyfriend. She got mad at Dean when he said he was going to get married. She slept with Dean when he was still married. And then she got mad at Lorelai for ruining it for her. She's praised for being smart, responsible, exceptional to the point where she has like this chosen one mentality. And
Mhm.
so, yeah. And then when she doesn't live up to these high standards that she and everyone else have set for her, she quits Yale. She moves into the pool house and starts mooching off her grandparents. Um, yeah. So, and then the reboot, she's no better because she's sleeping with Logan, but he's engaged to someone else, and then she comes running home because she's pregnant. Like,
Mhm.
she's the villain. She's terrible.
Yeah.
Love Alexis Bledel. She does have some redeeming qualities. There's a lot of great scenes, and it wouldn't work without Rory and Lorelai. But really, if you want to break it down, she's kind of the villain in my eyes. So,
Yeah, she's all constantly told how mature and responsible and smart she is, that I think that this character has developed this idea that she can do no wrong.
mhm.
And, so yeah, when
Which
her
would be
mom is
hard.
calling yes, but her mom is calling her out and saying, "Hey, you are being an adulterer. What are you
Hmm.
doing?" And she
Yeah,
gets all defensive, like it's no big deal. And then she does this two on two separate occasions, and it's
yeah.
like, what what are you doing?
Hmm.
You trying to just ruin other people's lives because you're
Yeah.
miserable, or I'm not really sure what she's doing. So yeah, it's very odd. Um, yeah, I tend to agree with you on that one. Yeah, if I can't pick Christopher, I would pick Rory. Although
Hmm.
Taylor would be like a fun villain in a Hallmark movie,
Yeah.
I think. Because he would just be like messing things up all the time and telling
Hmm.
people that they can't have their Christmas festival in the town square because they don't have enough crosswalks, or, something like that. So,
Yeah, the villain, but he's got a good heart down there, and maybe he's just lonely, and so he stirs stuff up so he has interactions
mhm,
with somebody. Because I feel like he goes home to an empty house every night. They never talk about a
mhm.
wife or any kind of family at all with Taylor. So,
No, and I was just watching A Year in the Life, and when they do a town meeting, and they're talking about how they were gonna have a Liza Minnelli parade, but only gay people can walk in it, and Gypsy is like, "Are you sure there's nobody else that could walk in it?" And Taylor's like, "No, I don't think so." "Are you sure there's nobody else?" Like, she's really
yes.
trying to get him to say
Uh-huh.
it, but he's like,
Uh-huh.
"Nope, I don't know." So I think it's safe to assume that Taylor maybe is just asexual, that he just doesn't
Hmm.
care. He's
Yeah.
focused on whatever's happening in the town. That's his family.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, okay. Well, before we wrap up here, should we play a little game?
Sure.
Okay. So, we're going to take turns assigning Gilmore Girl characters their Hallmark archetype. So, what character would they play in a Hallmark movie?
Okay.
So And you can dilute the character a little bit for, Hallmark's sake, because sometimes they
Sure.
have some characteristics that may work on network television, but not on
Hmm.
Hallmark. So I'm going to give you Lane first.
Oh, Lane. Well, I don't have Lane in my notes, so I'm not prepared to do Lane. Lane. Okay, she is. Let me think. Lane. Because I feel like Mrs. Kim has to be there too in some capacity. So maybe the tables are turned and Mrs.
Mhm.
Kim, Lane has gone off. She's gone to school. She never got married to Zach. She never had a baby. We'll make
Mhm.
that all go
Go
away.
away.
She's left the home finally and she's off on her own. She's got a great career. Maybe she stayed in a band, maybe she did something else. But Mrs. Kim gets sick. So Lane has to come back and take care of her and then the roles are reversed and she's the caregiver for her mom who her whole life only although she did it in a sometimes poor way. All she ever wanted to do was take care of Lane and keep her safe. And so now Lane's going to come back and she's going to take care of her mom.
And she has to run the family antique store and save it
Yes.
in time for Christmas before it goes under.
Yep.
Right?
That's perfect. Mm-hmm.
And then there's going to be some big city guy who comes in, tries to buy it out from under her. And,
But is he an Asian doctor? A
he
Korean
might
doctor?
be. He might be. She might think that he is. Yeah, maybe he is a Korean doctor. And then she realizes, oh, he's also an investor. Dang it. And then they get mad at each
Yes.
other and,
Uh-huh.
all the Hallmark things happen.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. For Lorelai, I think she's going to be, obviously she has to run like a Christmas Inn, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's a family that's like arguing, they're not getting along well, and their car breaks down in Stars Hollow. We've seen this before, I think, but I'd watch it again. And they have to stay at the inn. It's the only one in town. And Lorelai helps meddle in their relationship to mend it. Maybe she's magic, actually. Yeah, Lorelai's
Oh,
magical,
we
like
love a little
Mrs.
magic
Miracle.
sprinkled in.
Yes. And the
Okay.
magic of Stars Hollow, even maybe all of Stars Hollow is magic. And this town just opened up just for these people to solve their
Ah,
family issues. And then
it's like a snow globe.
once they leave, the town just closes up like a storybook and disappears. I don't know.
That's kind of cool. I like it.
Okay, let's do
Well,
Emily for you. Oh, sorry, go
Emily.
ahead. If you have a
Oh,
different one.
I was just kind of saying, I think that Hallmark or that Lorelai would be good as the Hallmark leading lady who goes back in time to make things right with her first love. But her
Ooh.
first love can't be Christopher because he's
No, because
terrible.
he needs to make things right.
But for Emily, I thought it would be fun. She's a former socialite who meets her demise at the hands of a disgruntled maid and returns to Earth as an
Ooh.
angel tasked to change the life of someone just like her before it's too late. So kind of a Christmas Carol story, but the maid thing fits because she was always firing maids every episode.
Terrible.
So, yeah.
Terrible to her mates. So
Which
bad.
I guess maybe it sounds a little more like a Lifetime movie because
Mm-hmm.
she's basically offed by a disgruntled maid, but she
Yeah,
comes
it'd be
back
kind
as
of
an
like
angel.
Abby-ish.
Mhm.
Like a little bit more creepy, but not really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Let's see. Ooh, if I were to do Rory, I think she would be somebody who, instead of coming home to save a family business, she would be coming home because, maybe her mom's partner has passed away. I don't want to say Luke has passed away because that's too sad to
Mhm.
contemplate. But maybe her mom's partner has passed away. It's not her dad. But she feels like she needs to come home and help her mom. So she does that. And because she's such a bookie. No, she's not a
Is she a
bookie.
bookie?
She comes home, and remember that one movie where she came and she saw that there was a dance studio for sale? Maybe in this case, she comes and sees that there's a bookstore for sale, and she decides that this is
Oh,
the
okay.
sign to stay in Stars Hollow. She opens a bookstore/cafe,
Mhm.
and I don't know what the conflict would be, but I'm sure we'd figure something out
Yeah.
along the way. Maybe she would invite an author to help kickstart her sales, and that's the person that she would have a romantic relationship
Oh,
with.
there you go. Well,
Okay.
I have one for Kirk,
Oh,
and
yes.
it's going to be a holiday comedy. And he is the director of Holiday Merriment. And his
Mm,
official duties are Christmas tree stand in. Before the real Christmas tree arrives in the community, he just has to stand
yes.
there and be a tree for a while.
Okay.
Um, several hours, acting as a human placeholder.
Uh-huh.
He also heads the town tinsel patrol, and he meticulously inspects every storefront's tinsel display to ensure it meets his rigorous standards. Although that sounds a
Uh-huh.
little more like a tailor duty, but and then he's a human snowman, where he stands on the street corner in a full snowman costume, silently waving to passersby until it gets too cold. I don't know what the conflict is. I don't know if maybe he meets a snow woman in the
Mhm.
process and they fall in
Yes.
love. Um, but there's some sort of conflict when the lumberjack festival comes to town. Maybe there's a handsome lumberjack that gets in the way of Kirk and his new snow woman. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I think it would be great to do a comedy. It'd be hilarious.
Yes, I think that would be awesome. Are there any characters in Gilmore Girls that you think you could pluck out and place into a Hallmark movie
Just as they are,
just as they are?
Suki, for sure. She's
Oh,
just so
yes.
funny.
Uh-huh.
She could be the quirky best friend. She does that really well. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Suki,
Okay.
and then also Paul Anka the dog.
Yes. Paul Anka. I think Babette too. I think she could be like
Oh
the
yeah,
funny neighbor, which she is
she's a great
currently.
neighbor. Uh huh.
Yeah, and her husband too. They're like a odd couple that,
Yeah,
fits really well, and I think it's her husband. There's a
yeah.
cat.
Maury. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the other characters you might have to like mute down them a little bit, but if you just had like
Mhm.
if the side character can be a little bit more of an oddball, I think in a Hallmark film.
Yeah.
So
Miss Patty too. She's great with her dance
yes.
studio.
So I you might already know this. So if you do, act surprised. Um,
Oh my
I
gosh.
found out something really interesting. And so I've reached out to this person to see if we can get them on the show. I don't know if they'll say yes, but I'm going to try. So April Nardini is Luke Dane's daughter, right? In
Hmm.
season 4 or 5, whatever. She's played by Vanessa Morano, who is an actress. And her sister's also an actress who's been in lots of movies that we have seen. And guess what Vanessa Morano wrote?
What?
Holiday Touchdown, A Bill's Love Story. What?
Really?
Yes, she co-wrote it. She has a writing partner. Um,
Wow.
isn't that funny? I had no idea. And I
Me
just happened to be
either.
looking at her Instagram and she was talking about how she wrote it. And I'm like, what?
That's
That's
so
so cool.
cool.
So there's a little Hallmark Gilmore Girls tie-in. And if we can get her on the show to talk about it, I would love that. So I reached out to her people. And we'll see what happens.
That
Um,
would be fun.
but yeah, I think that would be cool. So
Yeah,
we loved
people have
last
very
year's.
strong feelings about her storyline. I think she's
I
a great actress. People got
Yeah,
super mad to find out that Luke had a child that he didn't know about, because you feel like you get so close to the characters, you feel like you know everything about them, and then they throw
yeah.
something just kind of out of left field. And so there are a lot of people that really don't like that storyline.
I don't mind the storyline. I think it's not April's fault. I think it's her mom's fault fully,
Hmm.
1,000%.
Oh yeah.
And I don't like that Luke hides it from Lorelai. I think that's very
Hmm.
weird.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you think she's gonna do? She's not gonna freak out. She has a kid. So
Yeah.
she's not gonna care. Like,
If you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at Luke. Don't be mad at April. She's just a
yeah,
kid.
April was a kid. Like, Luke chose not to tell Lorelai, which is ultimately why their relationship combusted.
Hmm.
Um, and then yeah, April's mom is a psycho. She's literally crazy. So,
Yeah, and doesn't she play
uh,
the part of Jess's dad's girlfriend too?
yes, she does.
They think we wouldn't notice that. She's
Yes.
not platinum blonde anymore, so she's a
No.
different person.
And she
She's not
also is in
Kirk. You can't
Friends.
do that.
No, she's also on Friends, and she plays the girl with the wooden leg.
That's right.
Yeah, that Joey throws in the fire. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Joey.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. All
Well,
right.
there is so much talk about this new documentary about Gilmore Girls. I'm super excited. And
I'm
all the merch is
excited.
coming out.
Yeah, but I'm bummed that the main cast members aren't involved.
Oh, they're not. I didn't know that.
No, because Amy Sherman Palladino is not involved. So
Oh.
Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel are not involved either. Um,
Oh.
so I'm interested to see maybe why she would have said no, what, like, I don't know, or if she wanted to do it herself, but I think
Mm,
Kelly Bishop is part of it, isn't she?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So who
Huh.
knows? I don't know. I'll
Interesting.
watch it for sure.
Yeah, I will.
But is it Netflix?
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure.
Because they must have, since they did the Year in a Life, they must have some kind of rights to it.
I would
Um,
think so.
let's see. Da, 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 da. Yes, Gilmore Girls documentary, Searching for Stars Hollows in the works. Film will feature behind the scenes insights from the cast and crew with confirmed appearances by Kelly Bishop, Jared Padalecki, and Chad Michael Murray, but the show leads are not expected to participate. Um, Lane is on it. Babette is on it. Yeah, it doesn't say. Maybe.
Sorry.
Is it 1995? What's happening?
I never know when my phone's ringing, so I switched it to an actual phone sound.
I
But
know.
it's
Mine,
another
I have
scam
a
likely.
song and I can never hear
Yeah.
it. It's
I used
more
to have a
scams.
song and I'm looking around like, answer your phone. Oh, that's why. So I switched it to a ring. But it's only ever scam calls. And I think
Yeah.
I told you on the last podcast, I've been answering it with random cities, like Toronto Police Department. How may I direct
Yeah.
your call? And they hang up. I don't understand.
Oh gosh.
So,
All
so
right. Well,
yeah.
I didn't come up with a closing line for this. I just realized. So,
Oh,
goodbye.
thanks for joining us. It's been swell.
Thanks for listening. If you haven't watched Gilmore Girls, go binge all 7 seasons
What's wrong with
and
you?
then watch A Year in the Life and do it in that order. Don't watch A Year in the Life
Mm-hmm.
first because it'll ruin
No.
everything. And yeah, when the documentary comes out, we'll probably watch it. So maybe we'll chat about it
Mhm.
on an episode.
Sure.
Oh, and next
Yeah.
week,
Oh, next
we
week
are
we're going to be talking about The Wrong Paris, which I just watched while I was house sitting. And we're not going to be talking about The Wrong Paris.
no
What are we
next
going to be
week. We're
talking about?
doing Haul Out the Halloween is next
Oh,
week.
yes.
Yes.
That comes first, and then The Wrong Paris is
Yes.
down the line.
Yes.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
Yes. So
Super
we
excited because
are
we're going to watch it and then immediately record the next
record an
day,
episode.
correct?
Yeah. We don't
Yeah.
usually do that, but we're going to because Halloween will be here before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
The Halloween stuff is already 30% off at Target. So yeah, they're moving right along into Christmas. And I even saw they had decorations at Target today that I took videos of. I'll put in our stories. Hallmark for Target decorations. So
Really?
yes.
Fun.
Little pillows and bed sets, and I'm sure they'll get more. So they're super cute.
Wow, that's
So
fun.
anyways, yeah.
I haven't actually been inside a Target well, that's not true. I went right to the optical department and then left, but I haven't shopped inside Target in forever because I usually just do a drive-up order. It's so nice.
And it saves so much money.
It does because I
Yeah.
wander and that's cute. That's cute. Ooh, I'll get
Yeah.
that in both colors. Although I did notice when I went to pick up my order yesterday, there's an option before you say that you're here. Would you like to add a Starbucks coffee to
Yep.
your order? Brilliant.
Yeah. Yes.
Why, yes, I would.
Yes,
And they
thank
bring
you
it
so
to your car?
much. It's so smart. Yeah, because they
Yeah.
know you're already there, so it's gonna be quick.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be all melted. Yeah,
Yep.
super smart cross-selling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Starbucks, but bravo, Target. That's a good
Mhm.
plan.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
anyways, all right. Well, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Love on the Pod and share your episode thoughts or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you love this podcast, or nope, if you, I mean, also if you love the podcast, but if you love this episode and you want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly.
And we hope
All
that
right.
you enjoy and love the podcast. So
Yeah, we do hope that because we do.
we do. It's so fun.
All right. We'll see you next week. Wear your Halloween outfits.
Eat your
try
candy
to find
corn.
a try to find a witch's hat or something to wear.
Yeah, there you go. All
All
right.
right. Bye.
Bye-bye.